real cases before a real judge.
Plaintiff Charlie Hansen was best friends with the defendant growing up. But once they started their adult lives and had families, they drifted apart. Charlie is suing her former friend and her husband for the cost of tires and rims. Defendants Tiffany Laude and her husband Dustin say the reason Tiffany and Charlie drifted apart is because Charlie started working at Hooters and then became a stripper, and Tiffany didn't agree with her lifestyle. They're countersuing for breach of contract.
Start with you.
Your Honor, it's incredibly difficult for me to be here today. I'm standing in your courtroom suing my childhood best friend. Tiffany and I have been so close. In the past, we were almost like sisters. We were inseparable. When we were starting our lives and starting our families, we drifted apart. I always tried to keep in touch with her through Facebook and mutual friends. Last I'd heard of her, she was dating a buddy of mine. And a few years later, she shows up married to his brother. Now we're at a point where we're not speaking. We can not even be in the same room together except for the courtroom.
Because of this incident?
Because of this incident.
Okay.
And
Let me hear from you all. Background.
Charlie and I were best friends, never argued. We got along great. Honestly, she was the only woman that I ever really got along with. She started working at Hooters, didn't really agree with that. She started stripping and lied to me about it, and kind of found out from friends that she was a stripper. And I don't live my life like that, and we stopped talking for a long time.
I do. All right. You all passed judgment on each other. She judged you because you married your boyfriend's brother. You judged her because she was an erotic dancer.
Entertainer.
Entertainer. All right. What union were you with? You got SAG, Screen Actors Guild.
It would have been much nicer if there were a union.
Oh, we didn't have a union. You all got a unionize. Go ahead.
I'll have that union.
Huh? You join that union? You leave that union, right? You all passed judgment on each other. She judged you because you married your boyfriend's brother. You judged her because she was an erotic dancer.
Entertainer.
Entertainer. All right. What union were you with?
Defendants Tiffany Laude and her husband Dustin say Tiffany was best friends with the plaintiff until the plaintiff started working as a stripper.
All right, let's hear the specifics on the tires and the rims you're suing about.
Okay, specifics. They came out to work for us. Turns out Dustin's a mechanic, so we made an agreement with him to work on the fleet of plow trucks. I wanted to give them more work when there weren't storms, so we gave him 2 of our personal vehicles and a set of rims. I was going to have him switch out the rims on my vehicles. Agreement was he would do the work, we'd get the vehicles back and the rims back. We got the vehicles back, but no rims.
Okay, when you asked about the rims, what were you told?
He explained that he had driven the truck from the shop to his house and that the rims were stolen on his property out of the back of the truck.
Okay, you have an estimate for the rims?
I do have an estimate for the rims.
Sir?
The night that we were supposed to all meet up and interchange the vehicles and the payments, they were not able to come down to the shop. My shop closes.
That's a lie, Your Honor.
Not true.
Let them finish.
Okay, my shop closes at 5, and they were told specifically on Thursdays, my wife and I go to college at the University of Phoenix at 6 o'clock. My shop closes at 5, and it's gated and locked.
Okay, what about Friday?
Friday we're open, but they wanted their vehicle back. So
Right.
So we brought the vehicle to my house with the rims and tires in the back of the truck. We woke up the next morning. Well, she had never called or anything to set up to come down and get the vehicle from us.
When you woke up Friday morning, were the rims and tires still in the truck?
No, sir.
And what time did you recognize that they were gone the next morning?
Not till after I left work on Friday and came home to
What
get
time?
the truck, say, I don't know what time we met, 4. I dropped it off and walked up to her, and she was like, "Where's my rims and tires?" And I was kind of dumbfounded. I didn't notice until I had brought the truck to her that they were actually gone. I mean,
All
it
right.
didn't
They were
didn't dawn
covered?
on me. No, sir. They were just in the back of the bed of the truck, laid down. I didn't look
Uncovered?
back there, uncovered.
What do you think happened?
I have no idea. We went down to Arvada Police Department, tried to file a police report on them. And at that point, called them from Arvada Police Department, let them know that the police department told me that I'm unable to file the report because the truck's not mine.
Okay. At your garage, is that where you complete your repairs?
Yes.
There was nowhere to leave the items there?
We did explain to them that if we left it, it would be locked. They could not come into our shop.
And they said what?
And it's downtown, so
And then they said what in response?
They asked us to leave it outside of the gate, and we said that it's not safe. That's when we were supposed to meet
Okay, but that's what they
off-site.
asked you to do.
Right.
And instead you did something different.
And that's when we agreed. We both agreed.
Oh, you
to
all
meet.
agreed.
That's when we agreed to meet with.
And they never came?
Heath's truck.
No.
No.
Then you shouldn't have kept the things. They told you what to do. They said, leave my stuff outside the gate. Instead, you said, well, no, I'm going to take this stuff home and leave it uncovered all night. And people can walk by and say, dang, those are some nice rims.
Easy score.
Yeah, it's an easy score, right? Instead of putting a sheet, a blanket, something. And what type of conversations did you all have thereafter? Did you all talk with them later, perhaps about reimbursing you?
Well, Dustin and my fiance.
Come on up.
Please come on up, Heath. They were really
State
the
your name.
ones.
Heath Frame.
All right.
They were really the ones that had the dealings from this point forth.
So you tell me what was discussed.
Pretty much because of their relationship going downhill, they couldn't speak to each other. So I agreed with Dustin, and he'll agree with me as well, that we said we would deal with this with each other, leave the girls out of it.
Okay, and what did you all conclude the deal would be?
He agreed that he would make it right to us, whether replacing them or
Okay,
covering
and
the
has
cost
he?
of it.
No.
All right, sir.
Heath and I did have a conversation about leaving the two women out of it, and he asked me if I was going to do anything about it, and I said, yes, I would do something about it. But for one, you're looking...
Have you?
No.
Why?
Why? Because the amount that they're asking for is outrageous.
Okay, so what amount do you want to pay?
They're worth probably $200. She got in a car wreck with her car.
And
the
you told him
tires-
that?
They know that
When
the
he
tires...
came to you and told you the amount, did you tell him that's outrageous? I'll only give you 200. Did you tell him what you're telling me?
We haven't had a conversation like that, no.
Defendants Tiffany Laude and her husband Dustin say Tiffany was best friends with the plaintiff until the plaintiff started working as a stripper.
Your counterclaim for $985 for a breach of contract is for what?
When I had originally contacted Heath about the individual work on the vehicles, one was on his truck and one was on her car, we had agreed to certain prices. And then after the
This
work...
had nothing to do with the rims.
Nope.
Okay, this is something separate.
Correct.
Explain to me the agreement that you're
Okay.
referring to.
The repairs to be done, one on his truck and another big repair on her car.
Okay, so let's start there. You all had an agreement to repair their automobiles.
Correct.
Okay, and that agreement was for how much?
One of them was $834.61 and one of them was $950.25.
It's a lie as well. Your
And
Honor.
how much did they pay?
They've given us a total of $1,400, but there's also these two estimates, and there's also 15 hours of plowing, snow plowing. The total is $985 it's missing.
Sir, they said that we paid him $1,400, and I have a copy of that check saying we paid him
Let's see it.
$1,850. We paid them $1,500 for the vehicles,
Take a look.
and we paid him $350 for plow hours. That we had
Recognize
owed him.
that. Hello?
I'm reading it. This isn't the...
$1,800 for your rims. They had a responsibility to keep them in a safe and reasonable place. They did not. Your counterclaim is dismissed for a lie. You got the check right there. Have a good day.
Hopefully it's over.
Yeah, you
I-
guys shouldn't have taken it this far, though.
Well, if you guys had responded to us, it's not like I didn't reach out to make any kind of deal, and it's very upsetting to hear you guys falsify what was agreed on between us.
It may look wrong on paper, but it was trying to be a favor done. Bringing the truck to the house and meeting you guys afterwards.